Is this the new meta for Mosaic build? This was the first question I've asked myself. Glass Cannon. The name of this build speaks for itself at first glance, but there are various questions I'd like to break down for you. How to survive with this amount of HP? The first thing I thought was the Fade. It's just an ideal skill, you can say, but the difference in mobility is so significant that you physically cannot force yourself to use it on a regular basis, knowing that you have a burst of speed. So we are forced to solve this issue with the help of gear. And before we look at our gear, we need to take a deep dive into the mechanics of our main skills. I will try to be as short as possible. Our main skill is Dragon Tail. It will take your physical damage to the target as a reference. Then, it will add over 1000% as a fire damage and explode with a radius of 4 yards. Just think about it again. Each unit of physical damage dealt gives us 10 times more fire damage as a bonus. How cool is it that we have a skill like Tiger Strike that will increase our physical damage over 3000%. Using this skill alone, we can already achieve damage figures that no one has ever dreamed of. But there's one problem. Since Dragon Tail takes into account our physical damage, but actually deals fire damage, we get a very strange situation when two immunities act against the same skill at once. About immunity to fire, I will tell you in a couple of minutes. Regarding physical immunes, our elemental skills will help us, and sustainability issues are solved with Cobra Strike. What about Fists of Fire? Since this skill converts our existing physical damage into fire, it completely negates the effect of Dragon Tail and makes it virtually useless. Fists of Fire banned for use. What gear do we need? In order to make balanced build, we're hunting for resistances, plus to skills, and plus to our main attributes, like strength and dexterity, that will increase our damage output much more than you think. We are using Greater Talents as the lightest and fastest base for our Mosaic rune words. With this weapon, we can easily reach Dragon Tail's maximum of 3.5 hits per second. Bonus to fire and lightning damage is desirable, as well as plus to our main skills, like Dragon Tail and Tiger Strike. But even without all these expensive items, our build will shine, and I will show it to you in one of the next videos. The armor we are using is Enigma. It will give us unrevealed mobility, but most importantly, it will provide us with a huge bonus to strength, which directly affects our damage. On our head, we have a rare coronet with plus skills and all resists. Note that we use the fire facet to complement the main source of damage. Ideally, there should be 2 of them. I was able to get several such coronets on ladder, but unfortunately, they all end up with only one socket. One of the main parts of our build is boots. We are using Myrmidon Greaves for the highest kick damage possible, rare gloves with everything that can help us, Arachnid Mesh for FCR breakpoints, Mara Kaleidoscope for all res and skills, Raven Frost with 20 dex, and I decided to have a rare ring with even more strength and resistances. Overall, our gear provides us with some decent resistances and over 180k damage. In order to achieve this result, we have to fully justify the name of this build, Glass Cannon, and invest all available points into strength. Do you think that 180k is the limit for this build? Oh no, we're not even close, and I will prove it to you in a minute. What about charms? Considering the fact that we literally have 0 points invested in vitality, we are forced to use all charms with plus to HP, both grand and small charms. The best Torch and Annie we can get, along with Fire Sunder, which makes our damage much more consistent. Fun fact, did you know that we can have over 20k damage even without using the charges? You can build non-Mosaic version of this character and still rock the game with ease. What about Mercenary? We are using Act 2 Mike Merc to increase the physical component of our damage, Infinity for the elemental part, Chains of Honor and Andariel Visage for +2 skills and survivability. Overall, our Mercenary will impact our final damage numbers very dramatically, and I will tell you even more about it closer to the end of the video. Before I will show you the maximum damage version of this build, hit on that like button, it's very motivating and helps to support the channel. In order to push our glass cannon closer to the limit, we have to change some gear. PK Ring for more skills, Amulet with skills and strength, Shadow Dancer for extra 25 dexterity, Magic Gloves for +2 skills and strength, Helmet with another +2 skills and even more strength. Once again, ideally with 2 facets. There are so many options to make this build even stronger and even better. Looking forward to your suggestions in the comments. Before we get to our final damage figures, please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. That means a lot to me. How much damage per second can this specific build squeeze out? On our character screen, we're facing almost 220k damage. Let's pretend we're going to beat a training dummy with 0 physical and elemental resistances. With Infinity and Fire Facet, we got over 400,000 damage per hit, and we deal 3.5 kicks per second. Final DPS, according to Max Roll, is over 1.3 million damage. And that's not all. If we will use amplified damage from the Gravel of Pain, that damage almost doubles to about 2.6 million damage per second. And the coolest thing is that this build is not even maxed out, so you can make it much stronger. Is this the new meta for Mosaic build? My answer is simple. It's powerful, it's potent, it's pack a punch. And if you wanna know more about crazy damage figures, check out my Infinity Spear Zone video.